Yobo, welcome to another episode of Mighty Fans in the Life Iced. So that means we're going to hockey, and I know the hockey playoffs are in full bore right now. Game 7 tonight, the St. Louis Blues and the Winnipeg Jets. The Winnipeg Jets, right? The President's Cup winner, and there's that kind of jinx of the team that wins that has the best, the most points at the end of the regular season. They hardly ever seem to win the Stanley Cup. But that's how it usually goes. But we'll see. Game 7s are always exciting. I know Dallas won last night against my Western team, the Avalanche, so they're out of it. The Flyers, of course, haven't been in it in a number of years. We're working on that, though. We're working on that. I don't know the draft order gets selected tomorrow night, I believe. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, toes crossed, everything crossed, that the Flyers can get at least a top 5 pick. They certainly, ended the season to get that top 5 pick to the very last game against Buffalo, which I really hope to not have to have too many moments like that again, where I was really hoping we didn't win a game. It just, oh my goodness. So I hope we get to have seasons that, where we're getting better. And I believe in the brain trust. I believe in Briere and Jonesy to get this thing right. Beachcop's already a good one. We have some other good ones coming up the pipeline. We just have to get more talent. But they're getting there, and I believe in a few years they're certainly going to be there. But it takes time. It takes luck, and it takes time. It takes skill, too, to get those players. You have to get those skilled players. But speaking of skilled players, the players on the ice right now for their teams in the playoffs, I really don't have a horse in the race anymore since the Flyers didn't make the playoffs and since the Avalanche are out now. I guess if I had to pick a team, I'd say the Oilers, because I've always kind of liked the Oilers. We'll see there. And of course, or if Ovi can get his second cup, that would be a pretty cool, and what a season that would be for him if that's the case. But we will see. If you still have a team left in the playoffs, good luck to you. I'm trying just sitting from the sidelines now, just watching the games. I remember, though, when the Flyers were making the playoffs years ago, how nerve-wracking playoff hockey can be. Because a lot of games are close, and then you have the overtime, and you have multiple overtimes, and it can be very, very nerve-wracking, playoff hockey. So I certainly sympathize with those fans out there whose teams are still in, or just, you're on the edge of your seat every game, every period, every shift. It's something. Playoff hockey is probably one of the best playoffs we have in sports. It just really is incredible what these players put themselves through to win that cup. So we'll see. But anyhow, let's get to the pickups. I've had these pickups here over the past a little over a month or so. One of them just came in, and it's the jersey for those of you who are devout followers of me here on YouTube, and I thank you all. I did mention in the last video that this is a jersey that I had to have, and to the chagrin of the person who made an offer on it, I wasn't going to wait. I wasn't going to take that chance. I just grabbed it. But we'll get to that one. First off, this is the one that I got first, I guess a little bit back. And even as a Flyers fan, I do appreciate this jersey. They did wear this for the inaugural Winter Classic. This is not the Winter Classic version, because then they wore it as an alternate for some years. And I was always kind of chagrined I never did get this. Mitchell & Ness made it as part of their Power Play collection, and it sold out on the website. So hadn't had a chance at that. But this is an original Reebok version of it. So we got the Penguins alternate baby blue and white jersey. So this one, again, was based off of the first Winter Classic that they had in Buffalo, Sabres-Penguins. Penguins won the game in a shootout. I believe Crosby got the game-winning goal in that shootout. But this is the regular season, so it doesn't have the Winter Classic patch. I can always put it on there, but I might just keep this one as is, but we'll see. But it is the alternate that they had for a number of years. I always liked it, even as a Flyer fan, I have to admit. And the player is Sidney Crosby. So this jersey, apparently, the story behind this jersey is it was custom it got professionally custom stitched. I guess it was a blank that the previous owner had custom done, but professionally done, you know, so professional name and number kit put on there, 87s, the C on the front for Crosby 87 on the back, the 87s on the sleeves, and the Reebok, of course, the Vector logo on the top and the back. By the neck area, hold it up here, try not to hit the fan so you see the stripes on the bottom. Definitely a head turner jersey. Definitely gets attention just based off those colors right there. Yeah, so there's that one. So it's a Reebok era. And let me hit you with the jock tag on the bottom. Right there, Reebok era. Crosby, professionally lettered, custom done by the previous owner. Pittsburgh Penguins alternate baby blue and or sky blue and white jersey. So there you have it. And for the combo wombo for this one, this hat I grabbed off eBay, and it's a perfect match for it because it's the Reebok. So this was made when they were wearing them back in the day. It's a flex fit as well. A little NHL shield on the back. So we put that together. There they are. So you got the hat jersey combo wombo right there. Very cool. So there is jersey number 1, and with the hat. Jersey number 2. So let me go to the second one I got, and then we'll go to the one I got off of, I think both of these I got off Macari. In fact, I think I got that Crosby off Macari too, a bit back. So here is the Reverse Retro 2.0 Islanders Fisherman 2.0. Definitely a jersey I've wanted for a while. I just, you know, kind of slow rolled this one. You can still find a decent amount of these, but the player I did want to get initially, I was able to get later down the road in Anders Lee, their captain, just because there's just a little more going on this jersey with the captaincy. And I always liked how the numbers flowed on this jersey. So the 27. So there you have it on the sleeves, and you have the back. This is a Adidas jersey, of course. They wore that when they wore the reverse retros. Lee 27 on the back. Lee's on a nameplate, and the 27 is double stitched. But I just kind of like how that 27 flows on the back, so that's why I wanted to get Anders Lee originally, and I'm glad I had a chance at him down the road. Did not get this originally. I wanted to. I had intentions on it, and, you know, stuff happens. But but there's the stripes on the bottom. So, again, the Fisherman logo they brought back for the Reverse Retro 2.0. I would love to see them wear this as an alternate jersey. I mean, the Fisherman, you know, some staunch Islander fans might not appreciate the Fisherman, but I always liked the Fisherman logo, and I have the original white Fisherman jersey. I'd still want to get the navy blue someday just to have the whole set along with the Reverse Retro 2.0. But maybe someday. 1995 is your year on the back. Yeah. The New York Islanders Reverse Retro 2.0 of the Fisherman 2.0. Anders Lee, the captain. A couple captain jerseys so far. And this will continue with this next one. All right, now we're going to get away from the divisional rivals to to a team that's in the Eastern Conference. And this one was very difficult to find. Not only is the jersey itself hard to find, but finding it in my size was even harder. So this, I guess, would be considered, all right, so this would be a 2X. Perfect size of 56. By comparison, the Anders Lee's a 54, so that's more of an XL. But my perfect size in Adidas hockey is 56. I can get away with a 54, but 56 just gives me a little more room. And I just, every time I would see this jersey, it would be a large. It would be a large. Like every time. And it's not like it comes up very often. So whenever it would come up, I would go to it and I would look at the size and it would be a large. And it's like, oh, can we get away from the larges? I'm doing the too small. I need something bigger. So this was on Macari, and recently I put it on my like list, or whatever the list they call it on Macari. The the night before, the next morning, because when you put stuff on your list, your like list or whatever it's called, Macari, if someone makes an offer, you get a notification from Macari. Oh, act fast. Your item, blah blah blah, has just received an offer. So as soon as I saw that for this, I wasn't going to waste any time. So I was not going to let this thing get away if I could help it. And I did the pay in for option with PayPal for it. It just, and like I said, the seller sent me a note with the package, inside the package, and said, basically it wrote, hey, the person who made the offer said, if you want to reach out to him and sell it, he'll make it worth your while. I'm like, they don't know me very well, do they? I'm a hoarder, man. What comes here stays here. I mean, as you can see behind me, things don't move from the Mighty Kingdom. They tend to stay here. So, particularly a jersey that's been so hard for me to find and so just annoying. It's one of those annoying jerseys that whenever I would see it, it would just be a large every time. And finally I find one, not just find one, but in my perfect size of 56 for Adidas hockey. I'm not letting this thing go for anything. I don't care what the offer is. So here it is, the Tampa Bay Lightning Reverse Retro 1.0. So this is the original that they did based off, I think it was based off the jersey they won their first cup in, although instead of black, they made it navy blue, which is more their color today that they wear, their primary color. So they basically took the jersey that they wore when they won their first cup title and made it more with their kind of modern day color scheme, which is cool. It's a nice little extra on there. And I always liked this look for the Lightning back in the day, so anyhow, the player is Steven Stamkos, who, of course, now is on the Predators, but beggars can't be choosers. I didn't care who the player was in this. I just wanted one. But it being Stamkos is cool because he's an all-time Lightning, and it has the captaincy on there, which, as you can see, the theme in this video, right? All jerseys have had the captaincy. Adidas, Stamkos 91 on the back. You got the bolts on the shoulders with that dazzle twill for the silver. Beautiful right there. Get to the other shoulder. 91. Again, dazzle twill for the silver. Just beautiful job there. Stamkos 91. It's got some stripes on the bottom. And it's also got these kind of hidden stripes under the armpit area, which is always kind of weird that the Lightning had that, but it is what it is. So, on both sides, really, really nice jersey. Again, this is very hard to find, particularly in a bigger size. And it just is what it is. Most people who have them kind of keep them. I can understand why. Beautiful jersey. I'm glad to have it in the collection. So 2004 is the season it represents, and I do believe that was their first Cup championship season, if I'm not mistaken, which the old noggin doesn't work as well as it used to, but I believe that was their first championship season. They knocked out the Flyers in the Eastern Finals. That was a tough series, but it is what it is. Game 7 in Tampa, I think it was 2-1 was the final. Yeah, we'll get back eventually. So anyhow, Tampa Bay Lightning Reverse Retro 1.0 jersey, and that concludes it. I've had 3 pickups, all three rather with the C, with the captain, representing the captain of their teams. Crosby, Lee, Stamkos, 2 reverse retros, a reverse retro 2.0 and 1.0. And an alternate as well in the Penguins, and the hat to go with it. I do have the hat to go with the Islanders, and I do have some Lightning hats that I think could go with this jersey. If not, I'll have to find one eventually. But at any rate, that's going to do it for me. It's starting to heat up a little bit. We're starting to get into the muggies. In fact, let me turn the fan on. I hope I hit the right light. There it is. The right switch, or whatever you would call it. The thing I keep bumping my head on all these videos. But at any rate, I hope you all enjoyed this vid. And what do you always have to do, right? The rules of YouTube. You want to make sure to leave those like, right? You want to make sure to sub if you haven't already done so. I'm still trying to get the 2K subs before the end of the year. You can make that happen, and I thank you very much for that. And hit the bell icon so you're always notified to all future content from yours truly. All right, everyone, well, that's going to do it for now. I'm going to go downstairs, which is a little cooler. I got to have some dinner, too. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great time watching the NHL playoffs. And Flyers, let's get that top 5 pick, baby. Let's go. Keep building. Mishkov needs company. All right, everyone, take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.